Ty Styles back with another one. Now, I was online today looking at YouTube and I came across the brother Obsidian's video. Shout out to the old man for bringing that heat. Man, he has a clip of a young lady and she's talking about the passport bros and protecting the women that the passport bros bring to the U.S. And I was like, is this lady serious? You know what? Let's take a look at the video clip and then we're going to talk about it. All right? Check this out.
While we are having the discussion about these men going to these other countries, that there are some that people with power are paying attention. People with power paying attention. That was a lot of P's, plosives there. And so that we might need to be making some legislation to create some protections for the women who are brought here by the passport bros, actually.
Okay, we just saw the video. She said these women need protection. Protection from who? Protection from modern women like you who hate men? Or is she talking about protection from the women's husbands or fiancés? Wasn't too clear. But she said these women need protection. All right. But that's already set in place anyway. Before a person could leave their country to migrate to another country, to get married, or to be with their spouse legally, there's a process that has to take place. Obviously. First of all, the fiancé, in this case the woman, of the citizen, the U.S. citizen, the passport bro, she has to go through an interview before leaving her country. And during this interview, the U.S. Embassy consulate officer will explain to her something called the rights and protection in the country she's going to be going to. In this case, it would be the U.S.
But you don't have to take my word for it.
Let's take a look at the U.S. Department of State's website. See where it says rights and protections pamphlet? Let's read it. You should read the rights and protections pamphlet before your visa interview to learn your rights in the United States regarding to domestic violence, sexual assault and child abuse, and protection available to you. The consular office will verbally summarize the pamphlet to you during your interview. Additionally, K-1 visa applicants will be provided with any existing criminal background information on their U.S. citizen fiancé that the USCIS received from other government agencies during processing of their Form I-129F petitions. Let's go deeper into this. Check this out. Here we go. Rights and protections for foreign citizens, fiancés, spouses of the United States, citizen and spouses of lawful permanent residences. And they lay it out right here. They already have protections. This is already set in motion. It's already there. It's already there. So, the lady in that video appears to be very disingenuous. Why would she care about the protection of the women that the passport bros are bringing to the U.S.? She's not even from the women's country. She's a modern woman living in the U.S. And women that the passport bros deal with are traditional women. No matter what this modern feminist woman says, those traditional women, if they're truly traditional women, they're going to follow their husbands. They're not going to listen to or follow some woman who's single, unmarried, who's talking shit about men. It ain't gonna happen, but that's just my opinion. Now, sometimes, unfortunately, people do get abused by their spouses. And notice that rights and protection pamphlet is not gender specific. What if a woman brings her fiance or spouse to the United States and she becomes abusive to him? What if she's passive aggressive? If she nags him all the time and get on his nerves like some of these modern women, nagging and this is why we have the rights and protection pamphlet. So the man or woman could go to the proper authorities of their spouse's or fiance's country. Another thing is that most modern day feminist women fail to remember that men run the world. Men run the United States. There are a few women in office here and there, but overall, men run the U.S. And also on top of that, women's liberation was funded by the Rockefeller Foundation in the 1960s.
Aaron, what do you think women's liberation was about? And I said, I had pretty conventional thinking about it at that point. I said, I think it's about women having the right to work, getting equal pay with men, just like they won the right to vote, you know? And he started to laugh. He said, you're an idiot. And I said, why am I an idiot? He said, let me tell you what that was about. We, the Rockefellers, funded that. We funded women's lib, you know? And we're the ones who got all over the newspapers and television, the Rockefeller Foundation. He says, and you want to know why? He says, there were two primary reasons. And they were, one reason was we couldn't tax half the population before women's lib. And the second reason was, now we get the kids in school at an early age. We can indoctrinate the kids how to think. It breaks up their family. The kids start looking at the state as the family, as the school, as the officials, as their family, not as the parents teaching them. And so those are the two primary reasons for women's lib, which I thought up to that point was a noble thing.
Yeah, the damage is done. Marriage-minded passport bros are going overseas and getting traditional women to marry, to start nuclear families. And most of y'all unmarriageable modern women are bitter and want to try to do any and everything to prevent brothers from getting what we want. If we can't get it from you, we're going to go get it from somewhere else. We're going to go over there. No apologies, no retreats, no surrender.